Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing 5 easy hairstyles for little girls. I've gotten actually a lot of requests to do a video similar to this, and I figured with, all the kids going back to school right now, I feel like in the beginning of the year, it's like the time where you're like, ooh, I want my kids' hair to look perfect. It's kind of like when you're in school or high school. The beginning of the year, everything's on point. As the year goes on, it's kind of like, meh. Not saying that we don't all want our kids to be super cute and put together 100% of the time, but with that being said, I figured this was a good time of year to share this video with you guys. So that's what we're doing today. All of these are super quick, super easy. The longest one was the French braids, and that took me 15 minutes, but everything else was even less than that. So these are really pretty quick hairstyles to get together before you're rushing out in the morning for school. So if this is the first time you're on my channel, what's up and welcome. My name is Kate, and I would love for you guys to click subscribe down below. Also make sure to ring that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And that's all I wanted to say here in the beginning, so let's get into the video. Okay, for this first one, I'm going to be doing pigtail French braids. So I'm just giving her a center part all the way down. Putting this out there, I completely suck at center parts. It's not always completely straight, but I do my best. So I just go ahead and section one side off, and then I grab a little section here at the top and split that into 3. To start out, I just do one strand of each into a regular braid, and then I will start grabbing hair from either side. So if you've never done a French braid before, braiding definitely is like a prerequisite to French braiding, so you should know how to do a regular braid before you try this. Basically what you're doing is just a regular braid, and then every time you cross one of the strands over, you add a little section of hair from each side, maybe just like a half-inch section or something like that, maybe even less. I like to use a comb to keep the sections really nice and precise looking, but you also can do this with your hands without sectioning it off and making it look all perfect. I just like it to look really clean when I do this. The other thing you will notice is that I pull the strand like this almost every time I add new hair to make sure it's all laying flat and doesn't get tangled. It would be really uncomfortable for her if I didn't do that and just let it get tangled. So I always am kind of combing through each section with my finger to make sure that there's no tangles getting wrapped up underneath the braid. It's always really nice when you can do the braids tangle free, because then when you take them out, the hair is just like silky soft and smooth, like basically like you just brushed it. So I'm always really careful when I'm adding the hair in to make sure I don't cross any in a funny way that's uncomfortable, and just make sure it's really smooth as we go. Once all of the hair is braided in and there's nothing left to add, I just do a regular braid the rest of the length down her hair. It's super easy and straightforward at this point. It's just your grab one section, pull it over, grab one section, pull it over, just regular braid. And then at the end, with maybe an inch or 2 at the bottom, I'll put the elastic in, and here's the finished hair. If you have time to do this style before school in the morning, it really is great for your kids to go to school with, because it just keeps the hair out of their face. She can be a silly, funny little kid and have a great day and not worry about pushing hair out of her face constantly. So for this one, it's a very similar idea to the first one. You'll just need a couple of hair ties, and of course I just did the French braids, so I'm doing it this way, but it's a very similar process. You just braid the hair until wherever you would like the pigtail. If you want it to be a higher pigtail, maybe just braid to above the ear, but it's a very easy, straightforward style, and if you don't take the braid all the way down the length of the hair, it could save you a little bit of time, but it's still a great way to keep the hair out of your kiddo's face. This is by far the easiest way you could ever do a high ponytail. this life hack, I gotta credit my mama. She did this for me all the time when I was younger. It's just a really easy way to get a super duper high ponytail. So all you do is lay off the bed or a couch or wherever. She's just laying on the couch in my studio, and we are just smoothing all her hair out, getting it super high on top of her head and then popping in a hair tie. I feel like this would be a super easy style for dads to do too. So this one was just really easy and straightforward. Great if you're running low on time too. This hairstyle is one of my personal favorites. Lacey always gets tons and tons of compliments on her hair when she wears it like this. And the best part is it couldn't be easier. So I'm just going to do a braid when she already has her hair in a ponytail. So it's just your basic braid. You've just got 3 sections. You grab one from underneath and wrap it over the top. Grab the next one. You're always grabbing a section from the outside. You're never taking one in the inside. So braiding is super easy. I feel like sometimes it's easier to watch to learn how to do it than it is to like listen to me try to explain how to do it. But you just do this down the hair as far as it will go before you get a bunch of little baby hairs sticking out. And then I do not tie it off. I start wrapping it around into a top knot shape. And then when I get it the way I like it, I leave the littlest tail just right there. And then I wrap the hair tie over that little tail. So if I was going to be doing this for her to wear all day, I would probably add some bobby pins in around the base to make sure it doesn't fall. Maybe add some hairspray to smooth it all out. But this is the finished look. Look how cute. I love this one with a bow too. It's just a fun little twist on your traditional top knot. My last style to share with you are some super messy fun buns. So we are just splitting the hair off into a middle part, and I'm raking the hair in and kind of separating it between all of my fingers. I feel like when I do this, it gives a really good messy look. I do this with my messy buns too. And then I just wrap the hair around, leaving a little tail, and then almost wrap the hair in half. If your child's hair is shorter, you wouldn't have to do that, but hers is really, really long. So then I kind of floof it out. She's already given me the thumbs up. And then I take those longer looped bits and kind of wrap them around the hair. On each side, you want to wrap it towards the ear so that you don't have one leg facing inward and the other one facing outward. It just looks a little bit more balanced. So I wrap the hair around and then I pull that hair tie back out, and then those pieces that I pulled around, I stick them back into the hair tie, and then I just kind of keep messing with it until it's as messy as I like. And yeah, it's pretty easy. It's easier to do than it is to explain, if that makes sense. So I'm just doing the same process over here so you can kind of see it twice. Truly, the messier the better. They don't have to be perfect. They don't even have to be symmetrical. I think it's kind of fun and cute when they're a little bit quirky and not perfect. So again, I feel like the wrapping around of the hair really kind of gives it that look that I like. So that's a step that I wouldn't skip on this. But again, if she was going to wear this all day, I would probably bobby pin some pieces in and hairspray a little bit. But yeah, that was my last hairstyle, and here is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe found it helpful. Leave me your favorite hairstyles in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video.
Please subscribe with my mommy.